Hey people, Inquisitor here, 53. Fortuna Sanctum, blue team. K.A.F with a Warlock, a melee spellcaster that leaps into combat, some powerful disruption and support alongside the King of Pythons with a Force Commander, very strong offense, fighting in melee, can also tank, disrupt and support. We got the Space Wolves elite scheme here. And rounding off the blue team, Panzerbatallion with an Inquisitor, offensive hero with powerful control abilities, begins in melee but can get specialized ranged weapons. For the red team, bunch more guard, we got two Lord Commissars, Dice Roll and Stigma. These guys fight in melee with strong offense and support, begin with this refractor shield you see here. And rounding off the teams is Dark Riku's Apothecary, support hero fighting in melee by default, begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura. Looks like we have a double through the mid and a double on the west, so they're going to miss each other, and a 1v1 fight Sentinel battle on the east side. Not a massive fan of this matchup, I have to say, with Space Marines and Imperial Guard on both sides, but there's a lot of veteran names here, so it should be a good tussle. One of the first things I look at, if you're wondering how I choose games, is the matchup. I typically don't like lots of mirror matches and stuff, but there are exceptions to the rule if the names are good names, solid names that are no good players like we have here. Banshees are going to get torn up, I suspect, by lasguns and bolterfires. The good specials from the Warlock. Banshees did indeed get torn up. Battlecry buffs though from the Force Commander, getting a lot of good work done there. Good special as well. Another good special on the Apothecary. Apothecary needs to try and break through and tie up some Eldar stuff, I think. Banshees ran off. Shuriken Cannon on the way early for K.A.F. No Sentinel for Dice Roll, of course. Commissar's doing well. Apothecary now on some scouts. Destructor there from the Warlock. This is starting ability. Looks like we're left with a 2v2 hero fight here. I was going to say looks like the red team are going to be okay, but those guardsmen are all out of there. Warlock is still chasing them for some reason. There we go. Run away, buddy. Tactical Marines of King of Pythons with a Flamer already, able to grab that western, well, northwestern natural VP of the red team actually. Mid is red, contested, and southeast natural for blue, still blue. Lots of dead stuff on the east side, holy crap. I think everything got away. Just some dead guardsmen, no big deal. Rosarius up for the Inquisitor. I was going to say, I thought the Lord Commissar would have the advantage in that first engagement because of his shield. I mean, the Inquisitor does have Hammer of the Witches, but I think the shield would edge that out. So I was kind of surprised that Stigma didn't push on that first fight. Panzer waited for the Rosarius and then pushes, and seems like they did okay. Catachan Devils on the field for Dice Roll, also for Stigma, and a heavy weapons squad for Dice Roll as well on the west side. Assault Marines for Dark Riku. Big pile of hit points that can jump on you. Typically good synergy with the Apothecary support stuff. Gonna get jumped though, this Shuriken from the flank. Gonna be 2v1 against K.A.F. Need to be careful here. Banshee's doing some decent work, but they're taking tons of damage now and getting suppressed. There's the jump. Grenade misses. Banshees and Guardians sent packing. In fact, all of K.A.F's units sent packing. Where was the Warlock though? Oh, the Warlock's right here. Perhaps we'll see some Witchblade of Kurnus in tier 2 to mess with these Assault Marines, or maybe just Merciless Witchblade in tier 1 is a good shout against those guys, draining their energy, doing some good damage as well. Shotgun Blast does not knock over the Force Commander because he popped the Battle Cry over there, doing some forward capping as Tactical Marines run. They didn't drop a model though. Big push from Stigma. Lord Commissar has to flee, and they back off now because the Inquisitor has crossbow bolt pistol, I think. Yep. So they can lock down those little melee pushes from the Lord Commissar. If Hammer of the Witches isn't enough. Here's the Catachans. Dice Roll just getting all those tier 1 units up apparently. Artillery spotters on the field now. More Catachan Devils for Stigma. In the mid, red team putting some pressure on. This natural power has been genned up. There's a jump. King of Pythons has some Assault Marines now. Banshees got kind of messed up, but they're still going. Shotgun blast from the Catachan Devils. These guys do have power melee weapons, so assault marines need to be a little bit careful around them. Another jump from King of Python's Marines. That was a Purification Rites heal, I think. Yes, it was, from the Apothecary. Great synergy with your own assault squad. You jump them in, disrupt, take a bunch of damage, and then you heal them with more disruption from this. 456 to 382. Assault squad of Dark Riku. I think they might not get away clean in terms of model losses. Grenade. It's a good one. Gets an assault marine. Doesn't get attacked. That was kind of unlucky for K.A.F. Improvise. Not improvise. All reliable grenade launcher thing there on the scouts. No upgrades for those fellas. Force commander's pretty low. Needs to be careful. Yeah, doesn't want to run into catechins, I don't think. They will power melee him down at that much health. Lord Commissar does have a power sword for dice roll, power weapon, and the lead by example disruption is pretty nice. Back to the east side, Stigma, also with a power sword, runs away. Double catechins in tow, sentinel down as you see there. Panzerbatallions still up somewhere, backing away, stomping away, we'll say. And the multi-laser turret in a pretty spiteful place there goes down. Contested power, contested rec point, both blue for Panzer. We'll see how they can use Stigma, I mean, these double catechins. Could be amazing if they can micro their abilities and time them well. It's the Immolator for K.A.F. Great for these blobs of light infantry that Dice Roll has here. And then the Warlock gets smacked down as soon as I say that. Tier 2 for King of Pythons, Tier 2 for Panzer, the two players to go first. I wonder if they can get a quick Dreadnought out here, King of Pythons. Got a decent amount of resources, maybe they want the Razorback. Yeah, Razorback's on the way. Going to be great in those 2v2 fights when you can reinforce and your other team can't. Did they get anything on the scouts? Nothing on the scouts. I did see a jump there though. There it is. King of Pythons jumping their assault marines into Dark Riku's marines with some Eldar support. Banshee's getting in there. Power melee weapons, big threat to marines, especially early on. They've gone straight for the Apothecary. There's the Purification Rites heal. Grenade on the assault squad of Riku. Haven't dropped a model yet. Apothecary also gets away. Wow. 232 hit points on 3 models on those assault marines. Lucky boys. Lucky boys. 431 to 382. Tier 2 now for Dice Roll and K.A.F. and Riku. Stigma with triple Catechin Devils. What is he up to? I'm into it though. Don't have bandanas these fellas because they're Cadians apparently. They were forced to wear a helmet. They're not happy with it. Force Commander flees. Level 2. That was the artillery spotters of Dice Roll coming across, getting some smoke on those pesky Eldar fellas. Dice Roll. Lord Commissar might need to back off here now, facing down a Razorback. Where are the spotters? Are they right here? I thought I saw them in the mid and they came across, but I guess not. Devastator's on the way for Riku in Tier 2. Stigma still in Tier 1. Need some more requisition before they can tech up here. Razorback with a reinforcement radius around it. Can also jump inside and drive around, which is very fun for everyone involved. Sergeant up on these scouts. Sergeant up on the assault marines. Riku upgrading his squads before getting more stuff out pretty much. Does get the devs. Wonder if they'll go full on las cannon. They do go full on las cannon to take care of this Razorback. Artillery spotters, there's a merciless strike in there, shotgun blast, all sorts of stuff. Flame attacks as well with the sergeant. Shuriken, some more Catechin's business over there on the Eldar. Force Commander gives up the cat. Drop pod comes in with more marines for King of Pythons. Assault squad of Riku somehow won 3 models. Surely not for long though. Banshee's chasing them down. They are vicious in that kind of situation. Lucky to get away, I think, those assault squad fellas. Mines being dropped in. King of Pythons gets a plasma gun immediately on these new tactical marines and the sergeant. These guys still have the flamer. Razorback doing great work there throughout that fight. Taking las cannon shots though. Riku's las cannon needs to move. Not moving. It's still alive because of the smoke. Preventing the death there. But it... Oh wow, it's still going. Oh, and then it runs into a mine and goes down. Is that why they were stuck? They kept running into mines? I thought it was going to get away there. The smoke reduces the damage you take, which is why that other las cannon didn't finish it. Look, 2 of those were going to finish it, but it didn't. Warp throw on the field for the Warlock. It suggests it's a pair of gloves from the icon. That is a pair of gloves, right? I think it is. That's what I always assumed it was. 403 to 362 on the VPs. And we have a Banewolf up for the Inquisitor, one of her, well, her unique unit, which is pretty fun. Not everyone gets unique units. But no one argues with the Inquisitor when she wants a Banewolf. Good push from the red team here. Riku rotating to the east to help out. And they might get a decap on the VP. Can they get the Banewolf down? Las Cannon gets a couple of shots there. I don't think there's any other anti-vehicle stuff around. That was is that a Catachan's smoke grenade? I think it was. But down goes the Banewolf. This las Cannon's doing a lot of work. The Inquisitor's very upset with it. 403 to 333. Blue team pushing the other side, I guess. Yeah, doubling the other side on the power. Force Commander with Sacred Standard now getting decap. And they're going to get a full bash, I think. We've got double Plasma Tactical Marines as well. Lots of anti-heavy infantry and anti-super heavy infantry damage coming out of those guys. Lord Commissar tearing up some Guardians. That power sword, of course. Grenade. It's a good one. Got 6 guardsmen off that. Pretty damn good. Hold on, fellas. Got their Warlock buddy in there. Banshee's Exarch has the heavy melee Executioner Spear. Bad spot to B-Scouts. Riku loses them. Oh, that was a warp throw, I think, attempted there. 388 to 324. Manticore on the way for dice roll. Stigma down to double Catachans, by the way. Sanguine Chainsword Apothecary gets caught and goes down. What is this now? Riku bringing some more Marines, I guess. Yep. More Marines coming in. Assault Squad jump. It's kind of a dicey area to jump into. Got enemy Assault Marines. Got a Force Commander with a Thunderhammer. Banshee's in there too. Yeah, that was a bad jump, and those guys are wiped. Riku needs to recover now. Those tacks also dropped a model that he dropped in. Lots of fire. Even more fire. There's Hell Fury dropped in by the Inquisitor. 345 to 324 on the power, the blue team. Looking pretty strong here. Good little passage of play for them. Are these guys going to get away? Devastator's in trouble. I think they're done for. They are done for. Riku's down to 2 units now. Manticore needs to do some work. Can he get some really good hits maybe and even up these fights? It's going to be tough. Especially with double plasma attack shooting at Riku's attacks. It's going to be painful. They get in their own plasma on one of them. Power bash by red team on the west side. Going to get it all done, I think. Smoke shell dropped in to shut those guys down. And they get flanks though. Need to be careful, Mr. Dice Roll. Grenade misses. Here's the big flank. Assault Squad jump goes for the Stormtroopers of Dice Roll. Ursula Strike. Decent hit on the Catachans. And there is a Manticore. I don't think it did too much. Grenade is decent. But now Riku needs to be careful not to get doubled too hard. Get some good plasma shots. Got double plasma of their own here. Apothecary with Armor of Purity. Can heal more often. And the Force Commander did go down. That big Sacred Standard bonus is going to get easily revived though. Lord Commissar is level 3. Apothecary is level 3, so it's got a more powerful basic heal. Red team getting blue team's natural. Hitting back pretty good here, you know. Even after Riku's losses. The two Commissars doing well. 344 to 277. The Catechans leveled. These guys have. Grabbing this oddly placed power point here. Don't like power that close to the VPs, as you can see, because it means if someone pushes through and bashes your power, they also take your VP, which is very punishing to the other team. So I tried to avoid that on the maps that I made. Not always the case, of course. Aventa Stronghold has the power right next to the VPs. But on a map with this much space, maybe it could have gone elsewhere, towards the mid a bit more. Lots of las guns, that's for sure. Kasrkins up on the field for Panzerbatallion. K.A.F also into tier 3. Triple cap for the red team. Hitting back very well. I thought they were knocked down a notch from that blue team push through the mid, but I guess the blue team lost stuff in that as well. And they're on the southwestern power now. It's a good merciless strike and retreat from King of Pythons. Force Commander gets in. Look at the disruption from the Thunderhammer there. I think it disrupted all of those units. And he runs into a mine. Of course he does. Slight VP lead for the red team. Riku with a Plasma Cannon Devastator squad now. Covering that central VP. Warlock is down there. They bashed the node, but his gens are still up. Okay, now it's been loaded. Apothecary is really far forward. What's he up to? Messing with people, I guess. Double tax off the field. Now the blue team need to push off this. Riku's basically completely off the field, other than the plasma devs here. Force Commander's going to get after him. I'm not sure how the Guardians spotted those mines. They don't have detection. Or do they? 195 to 277. Southeast power is still bashed, although it is being renoded. And Stigma's right back on it. Lord Commissar now with Bionic Eye and Stubbornness. Buff the crap out of those Catechans. Of course, kind of sprinting in with his hammers, not happy with this. They retained their VP at least, I guess. Yeah, maybe Stigma should have been a little bit more, or a little bit less aggressive. I mean, they'd already bashed the power. Maybe they were just trying to get the VP, I suppose. Maybe rotating mid would have been better there. There's a jump, Plasma Cannon. Oh, hits an object, hits the wall. Plasma Cannon also for King of Python, who goes tier 3. Avatar on the field now for K.A.F. They do have the double plasma tax to shoot that guy down, but that might be easier said than done. King of Python's going to jump the tax and that kind of thing. Warp throw. Nothing to follow it up with, but stopped him shooting, I guess. Lord Commissar of Dice Roll does get away. Might need to come at this from an angle because of the plasma cannons. They're still hitting the walls. That one didn't know. That's a good shot. Bunker dropped in. Could be a medical bunker, I guess. Here comes the Avatar. Another good plasma cannon shot from Dark Riku's fellas. They're going for the garrison. No, they're just getting close to the garrison. Here comes the Avatar. We got some melter guns off the Catechans. Wailing Doom takes out the bunker immediately. Some mines dropped in. Avatar's taking huge amounts of damage here. There's plasma guardsmen in there and the melters. He's going to go down. That is not good usage of your Avatar. Did not last very long at all. I hear Banshees yelling. Oh, they went all the way into base, look. Decent VP lead now for the red team. Blue team starting to have some mid-map authority, but losing the avatar there was pretty bad. Big retreat from Panzerbatallion. Force Commander still here. Getting his Marines back in play. These mines are proving to be quite annoying though. Yep. And now Stigma shows up. Assault Marine jump. Oh, then he retreats. Spotted all the Catechins maybe. With 3 cracked Catechins milling around the mid there, I think. Buffed up Catechins as well because of Inspired Determination from Stigma. 191 to 277. Very, very quick power bashes because of the flamers and the melters and all that good stuff. Warlock can't stop it. Level 4. Any more tier 3 stuff? Don't see any more tier 3 stuff. Can't believe how quickly that avatar went down to basically Imperial Guard infantry, all of it, I think. I think it was all just Catechins and Guardsmen. With good weapons, of course, but it's very, very quick to go down. I mean, give a Guardsman a plasma gun. Pretty much as good as anything else that's got a plasma gun. In the lore, anyway. Their plasma guns actually do less damage than tactical marine plasmas in this, but it's made up for the fact that they get 3 of them. 179 to 277. The decent orbital from King of Pythons, I guess. I don't know though. Seem to hit a lot of blue stuff. But Riku's got so much red. 163 to 277. Guardsman fleeing on the east. The mid is red. Someone's stolen this bunker though. Who is it? It's not the Warlock. It's the Inquisitor in there, I think. Tanking a lot as well. And these guys are going to get in trouble in a second because King of Pythons is showing up with plasma. Oh, that would have been a really good plasma cannon shot, I think, if it didn't hit that object. Some friendly fire plasma there. Inquisitor should get out. Dice roll asking for Lariman's blessing because all the red team heroes are down. So is the Warlock now. Gets through onto the VP though, K.A.F. King of Pythons and Riku getting a Land Raider Redeemer at basically exactly the same time. Panzerbatallion with a Baneblade up soon. That should help them push red team's Land Raider, that's for sure. And they have Eldar on their team with a nuke available. That Land Raider might have it tough. Baneblade now for Stigma. Ogren's coming out for Dice Roll, still in tier 2. Decent Merciless Strike, but Catechins are there and they are still a threat. So they flee. Banshees show up and they instantly run away. Only had 4 models on them. 135 to 264. 2 to 1 for the blue team. Red team continue to enjoy a decent VP lead here. Commissar gets in on the plasma and they're going to take the mid, the red team. Will the Land Raider show up before the next push? I don't know if it will. Maybe. Huge amounts of lasgun on the east side. Kaidi and Kasrikan getting their grenade launchers that disrupt on every hit, which is pretty cool. Red team have that mid. Need to watch their natural because Eldar can get on it in a flash. Gonna see some webways around here perhaps later on. Maybe quite soon actually. Here comes a revive. King of Pythons looking for that level 8 Force Commander. I don't think they're gonna get it off this revive. Got close to it. Oh look. He did the warp throw when he was revived. He must have tried to do that just before they died maybe? That was weird. 110 to 254. Another Avatar of Cain on the way for K.A.F. King of Pythons with the Librarian. And here's the Land Raider Redeemer. support vehicle for Space Marines. Super unit. Allows you to reinforce and retreat back to it. There's some health regen and some powerful weaponry of its own. There's the frag assault, but the Ogryns are already in retreat. Can afford to be much more aggressive with your infantry now. The blue team, well, and the red team, because they can retreat back to their land raiders. There's the Bane Blade, and there's the other Bane Blade. Big old infighting here within the Imperial. What are they up to? There's the Eldritch. They got both of those super heavy vehicles, but is there anything here to follow it up? A bunch of repairs, that's for sure. It's a good Demolition Cannon strike. Hell Fury dropped in there as well. Angels of Death popped up by Dark Riku from his global bar. 50% damage resist on all of his infantry, as well as some knockback resistance. Pushing forward pretty hard is King of Pythons with that Land Raider, trying to get that multi-melter into range, I guess. Here comes the Avatar. Need to be repairing, fellas. I don't think those scouts are repairing, are they? I don't think they are. There's a Wailing Doom. Getting some good hits. Both Land Raiders taking big chunks of damage now. Blue team are taking back the central VP. An orbital thrown in there from King of Pythons now. They killed a bunch of red stuff, but they didn't get those super heavy vehicles down. They survived. Blue team now with a massive army advantage. Really good push. Got some Vanguard veterans now. Level 8 Force Commander he got there with Armor of Alacrity, actually. Dice Roll did get tier 3. Gets their VP back as well. There's a webway in the mid. Not on the west side where I expected to see it. And is that a repair bunker? Looks like it's a repair bunker. I don't see anything. No, it's not. Because the Land Raider's not being repaired now. Something just repairing it. Oh, the Guardians are repairing it. Oh, gonna get Riku's Land Raider, I think. Inferno Pistol. I think Inferno Pistol gets it done. Well done, the Inquisitor there. That's a massive problem for the red team now. Riku's just down to scouts. They have a decent VP lead, but, well, I mean, is it? 100 VPs isn't that much. Especially if the blue team can start getting triples. Or doubles. Even just getting decaps over here will make a big difference. We have some Bullgrins now for Dice Roll. Trying to grab the power. Oh, they couldn't quite get it. Banshee did get a decap. There's the use your shield on the Bullgrins, suppressing nearby enemies. It does slow down the Bullgrins as well, but they get some nice defensive buffs from it also. Lord Commissar of Dice Roll lost the indicator for this guy, level 5. Giving the fourth commander a good smacking. Big old retreat now. They can retreat back to the Land Raider, of course, in the mid. Lots of good repairs. Here comes another Land Raider Redeemer from Dark Riku. A Lehman Russ for Stigma. That's going to help out quite a lot if they can get Vanquisher on it. Deal with those enemy heavy vehicles. 73 to 136, 2 to 1 for blue. Can they hold on to this mid map? Yeah, these scouts need to do some sneaky decaps on the east side, I think. Definitely. I think K.A.F should continue to push the west side pretty hard. We shall see. Maybe get some of those energy shields up in the mid too. A little bit underutilized energy shields, especially in late game 3v3s on the contested VP. I always see them thrown up. Librarian with these force staff. There's the force barrier. Massively improved in elite mode, of course. You need to used to have to stand there and channel that barrier. Made it far less useful. Double Commissars on the cat. I hear Banshees yelling, I think, over there, trying to fight some Bullgrins. Grenades going in. That could be a tough fight for the Banshees. Good damage output, but they're going to get suppressed like crazy. And Bullgrins are tough. More mines dropped in by one of the Commissars. Not being quite as aggressive now, the blue team, of course. They've done their damage, they have the mid. It's up to the red team to push. Is it a Vanquisher Cannon Lehman Russ? It is. So really good damage versus large targets. It does get a physically longer barrel, I think, when it gets Vanquisher. Bullgrins with their heavy melee going after the Land Raider. And then they think again when the Avatar shows up. Manticore is that? No. I think that's just the Basilisk Flare. Is there even a Manticore alive? Oh, there isn't. There's no Manticore. Where are the Seer Council? That's the question. I can't take my eyes off the mid. Red team giving it a really good go. They need to be focusing something. Focus the Land Raider, right? Baneblade is shooting at the other Baneblade at the moment. Vanquisher continues to pound on that Land Raider. Baneblade is getting some shots. There's a big Demolisher Cannon shot there. We got some Terminators. And they are getting Cyclone Missile Launchers. That could be amazing when it comes to taking out the enemy Land Raider. They're trying to cap right now. 73 to 63, 1-1. Red team putting up a hell of a fight. I think K.A.F is on Red team's natural VP though. And they did get a Land Raider. They've got King of Python's Land Raider. Can they focus down this Baneblade now? Force Corner's down in the mid, which means the Sacred Standard goes mental. Riku's reinforcing the Terminators, of course, off the Land Raider. Manticore Strike. Panzerbatallion has one. Got some good hits on the Baneblade there. Looks like Riku's going west side to try and help out with that VP. Single cap for blue because of this. K.A.F doesn't have a webway here though. I guess they'd just be spotted by the Catachans. Is their thinking. Which is fair enough. Nobody can cap the mid. A whirlwind there from King of Pythons makes it hard to cap. Can't knock down the Terminators there, they're going for it. And there's Angels of Death and a smoke grenade dropped in there from those Catachans to help them out. Grenade on those plasma attacks wipes them. Beautifully done. Holy crap, that was a hell of a grenade. Those guys must have been level 3 or level 4 or something. The other guys are level 4. Orbital on the mid now from King of Pythons. Doesn't stop the cap though, they got it. 72 to 10, it's so close. I did not think it would be this close after those red team losses, but they've done an amazing job here. This Land Raider's barely got a scratch on it for Dark Riku. Lost the Land Raider and most of their armies, and they're right back in here. Eldritch, some good hits from K.A.F. Gets the Baneblade and the Lehman Russ, shuts them down. Manticore takes the Lehman Russ out. Some really good hits there, really good hits. That Baneblade needs to move. I don't know if he can get away from the other Baneblade. 55 to 10. It survives, you know. The Baneblade survives. They didn't chase it. Everything's basically trying to cap the mid. Not even sure who's capping now. Oh, it must be the Commissar because you can't see the cap. Here comes another Lehman Russ. That Baneblade is clinging to life back there. Needs repairs desperately. Don't repair it, Guardsman. What are you up to, fellas? They aren't repairing it. 2-1 for red. How are they doing this? How did they do this? Dice roll with another Lehman Russ on the way. Did Stigma get another Vanquisher? He did. Here comes the repairs. Stigma's double Guardsman coming in to repair now. Dice roll should really be helping though. I guess they've got their own VP to worry about. With the Warlock on it. Some scouts from Dark Riku. Are these the original scouts? I think they are. Stop the cap. Or the decap rather. 28 to 10. 2-1 for red. Repairs for the Baneblade are indeed happening slowly. They defended it. There's the Lehman Russ of Dice Roll. Gets a Vanquisher of its own. Maybe they should get Executioner on that one and just leave it on the west side to defend the VP. Uh-oh. Manticore almost got the Baneblade. The enemy Baneblade did get it. There's a rocket run as well from Panzer. Almost wiped those guardsmen out. Red team might have it. Do they have it? The decap. Decap gets there just in time, 1-to-1 with blue team on 2 VPs. Here's a Wrath of Cain. Inquisitor now trying to cap. Does she have mandate? No mandate. Does have Rosarius and Purgatus though. There's the 2-to-1 for the blue team. Where are the Terminators of Riku? Oh, they're there. They're in there decapping. Apothecary, where are you? Sprinting off in retreat to your Land Raider. Fair enough. 1-to-1, 2-to-4 VPs. Manticore. Oh, there's so much damage. So much damage on the Terminators. I think they're going to fall here. Yeah, down they go. That was nuts. That Manticore damage was nuts. Inquisitor almost level 9. Goes for the cap. Rosarius holding. Avatar wailing on the Land Raider while red team tried to get their natural back. Meanwhile, the Lord Commissar of Stigma on blue team's natural. Look at that, a no cap gain, 2-to-3. Are you serious? There's the single. Is that going to be enough? The single is enough to get the victory for the blue team. You do not get much closer than that. Holy crap. Avatar down at the end. And look how close this cap was for Riku here. That was crazy. Warlock level 7. Force Commander level 9 on that just demolished central VP. How is it still standing? Level 9 Inquisitor 2. A level 8 Lord Commissar. Looking proud in defeat. Apothecary level 7. And a level 7 Apothecary. Hell of a game. Veterans at work here. Awesome stuff. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.